I actually, and it's gonna sound funny, right? It's gonna sound funny. I actually agree with people more than they realize. I do. Like, I'm always going to give the other side. That doesn't mean that I don't agree with you though. I agree that people deserve more money. Coaches, teachers, athletes. I think everybody deserves more money. Hell, I deserve more money, right? But I also understand that you can't just give more money without taking away from something else. So when I sit down and I think about, yes, we can give more money here, but giving more money here means you're taking money from here. Because just because there's a level of abundance, it doesn't mean that money is infinite. Like in any organization, like there may be a lot of it, but it doesn't make it infinite. It doesn't keep coming just because there's a lot of it. I think people get into these organizations and they immediately say, there's so much money here. I'm just asking for this much. And may this may be true. This right here, this may be true. But you're asking for this much means this much won't be going to that. And I know people are going to say, well, it ain't my problem. Well, it ain't your problem either. But it will impact you, though, because either they say yes or no. If they say no, then you got to make a choice. If they say yes, then you got to know that something's going to be short, which is going to fall back on you because you're going to do some more work. Right. And I think that's funny because I personally believe that everybody should get their just due. They should get paid. Everybody should get their money. Go get your bag. But to go get your bag means that somewhere else it's being allocated from. Because you're not gonna just show up and they're gonna just have this money that's just waiting on you to show up and just because you coming, there's some extra. Specifically for you. Because if you say that and then he says it and then she says it and everybody says it and the organization says yes, 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 yes. Where does that leave what you're working for? Where does that leave you in the organization? Do you stick around? And that's where I think the beauty in college athletics is becoming is that the people at this level can get to understand the value of a cap. Whether it's a hard cap or a soft cap, it don't really matter. Whether it's a CBA or no CBA, none of that. There's a ceiling on how much money is going to be allocated to a group of people. Now, every one of them people should get more money, but for that to happen, something has to be pulled from another person, another group, another position group, another team, another department, whatever. That money is coming from somewhere. Abundance does not mean infinite. And I think teaching that to these young people and these athletes is like, yes, it's not your job to count the pockets of the organization. It's not your job to worry about their budget. It's not your job to consider their budget. But some of the best athletes understood the budgets. They'll take a pay cut when they go to different teams, like Bron, Brady. They'll for the betterment of the team because they understood the economics of the team. If we only have this much and we want to be competitive and we want to win, everybody can't get this much. Somebody's going to get this much for this year, but then you might play in to get this much. And I think we've also lost the plot on the purpose of the college space. It's a platform to get you to the next level, which is where there's more money at. Because the pool is a bit bigger. The pool is bigger. What you're getting on this level has nothing to do with what you potentially might get on the next level. I also look at it that a lot of the athletes know that, hey, this might be my one and only chance in this window to make this much money, which means you should really start to understand the landscape and the budget, because once you leave here, and if you believe that, hey, this might be my only window of getting that, then you know you're entering into the workforce where the money ain't nowhere near this. So yeah, I I sympathize with them and I agree with them that they should get as much money as possible while they're here, because there's a 2% chance that you'll make it to the league. But at the end of the day, if you know that, then understand the landscape and understand how to maximize what you're getting now. Because once you leave, if I know that my only option, if I don't go to the league, is to go down in finances when I leave here, my mindset isn't how much can I get on this level to buy so many things that I never had. Because I know that once I leave out of here, there's nothing waiting for me on the other side to match this, without the skill set, without the education, without the network, without the responsibilities. So I'm gonna agree with everybody. Everybody should get more money, but you gotta do more work. And if I understand my environment, which I tip my hat to a lot of these guys who know, like, man, I gotta make as much money now because I probably won't get this when I leave here. That's step one. You've faced the reality that you know that you probably won't get the amount of money that you're making on this level. So what are you going to do to maximize this so that you can have more money later? Everybody doesn't make more money from people giving it to you always. Some people invest. They put money away. They put it in vehicles that's going to continue to grow, so that when you do leave, you you're getting more money. So oftentimes, if you want more money, you have to do things that's not always cool. It's not always fun. You won't enjoy all of it in the current, but later there will be more money for you later. So yes, I think everybody should get more money, but there's multiple ways for you to get more money. You work harder, you associate just yourself with people who are doing more, you invest, you you hit the next level, which is going to the pros or getting into a business side of whatever it is. To get more money, you have to do more work. You can't sit on this level and say, I want to get more money and do the exact same work. So, like I said earlier, I be agreeing with people, but I'm gonna give you the other side though. I'm gonna say, hey, I agree with you. You deserve more money. You should get more money. But what are you willing to do more to get more money? Because just doing the exact same thing that you were doing at this level to get this money, and you want more money, but you're not gonna do more. Like, what are we? That's not even how real life works. So I believe that everybody deserves more money. But I also think, and I believe, and I'm always say it, more money means do more. The more you do, the more money you make. And this is where somebody will say, well, I'm doing more. Okay, let me add a pivot note to that. Do more things that actually produce some work. Just doing more busy work don't mean you're going to get more money. Do more things that equate to making more. Do more things that equate to progress. Do more, you you showing up early every day don't mean you're gonna get more. Showing up early and then doing work, getting us ahead of the game, getting us in 3 years, having us already set up for the next cycle. Those are things you quantify and you could put metrics on, which allows you to get more money. But just saying, well, I was here every day, on time. I was here for 17 hours a day, and I worked my butt off. That doesn't equate to more money. That, I don't even know how you even have that conversation with anybody with common sense. I was here every day for 17 hours, and what did you do? So in 17 hours, you did 2 hours of work. So you wasted time. which means you wasted money, which means you costed us more money. So if we give you more, now you cost us money and we giving you more, we like it, but we don't like it like that. And that's one of those things from the business world that has to translate over into the college athletic space. Just because you show up and do the thing that you were already compensated to do doesn't equate to you getting more. What did you do extra? Being an athlete teaches you like doing extra gets you better performance. It's like in this in this employment personnel world and this entrepreneur world, everybody think like if I just have a good idea and I just think really well, I'm gonna get more money. I'm gonna get paid more. Athletics is like, hey, here are your stats. Because you watched 40 hours of film a week and then it translated into the game, here are the stats because you watched so much film. There's a quantifiable exchange there. He deserves more money because he did more here. He helped us more here. We got better here because of this person. Where are your stats? In this space that I sit in the role I sit in, a lot of the work that we do is invisible, and you can't track it, but you can if you know what you're tracking, if you know what you're adding to the organization. So yes, you deserve more money, but can you provide the proof on the money that you deserve? It's a lot of people that I agree with. I agree with a lot of folks. You deserve more money, man. Go get your money. Bring your facts though. Bring your facts and get more money.